Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 1920s podcast. I'm your host, RJ. Episode 5, we're talking about marriage, and I'm with my sister today. Would you like to say anything?
Hey.
Okay. So, for episode 5, we will be talking about marriage in this generation. And so, yeah, let's just jump straight into it. All right, let's start with how do I personally view marriage? I view marriage as a goal. I feel like it is something necessary in, just in general, in a way as,
Necessary to your life?
yeah,
Or
to my life. And I feel like, nowadays this generation don't do marriage. They usually be dating for like 10 years plus. I mean, they used to do that back then, but they really do it now. It's a lot of people I see who don't want to get married anymore. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's somewhat true, but our generation actually hops in marriage quicker to me.
Just start when you want. It's cool.
And I feel like our generation tends to hop into marriages quicker, which is why the percentages of marriages not working is
Right,
so high.
right,
And it's making our generation view marriage as a job and as a more of a business aspect between two people.
So do you think they actually love each other?
I mean, I would see if there was some level of love, but I don't think it's like what we usually see in our parents or in our grandmothers, you
Right.
know?
So why you think they not getting married? What's stopping them? Is it
The commitment,
right?
the
So does that
commitment
mean
to,
technically they don't love them enough to marry them?
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I just had to view your point on that. But anyway, do you do you think Gen Z views marriage different than any other generations?
Yes,
Previous generations, by the way.
yes. I would say they view it the worst. They view marriage as like a working like a work. Even though it
Right.
is work, they view it as
Like
like, oh
you
my gosh.
like
Yes, like
I
they
don't do this.
dread marriage. Like that's the last thing they want to do.
No, that's facts. It's like um what was I gonna say?
Especially
I was gonna
compared
say
to
something.
like millennials, baby boomers, so
Right.
on and so forth.
So do you think as a state they're in right now with marriage, the next generation gonna be worse? Do you think it's gonna be like it's actually hard to answer that because you can't really
Yeah,
say what's gonna be
because
in the next few years.
that's what Gen Alpha.
I don't even know. It's one of the gens. Is Gen Alpha? Okay, yeah, Gen Alpha, Gen Alpha.
Um, I'm unsure because you got to think our generation is becoming parents, and I feel like our generation would be even more lenient, half of them, and then the other half of our generation will be super strict. So I can't really determine that. You feel me?
Right. Okay, and do you think marriage is more about love, security, or partnership
Um,
nowadays?
Based on my personal view,
Yeah, your personal view.
it's about both, to be honest, because love
Right,
can only take you so far.
right,
It's love can only do so much, and it can only keep so much together. It's about effort and consistency, and I do think love is an active action that you have to do and choose every single day you wake up.
right. I feel like this generation don't view love as it don't really hold the same weight as it used to.
Yeah.
It's rare for like anybody in our generation to get married now. Like you see that, that's rare.
Well,
I
even in a personal circle, like out of 100 people, I would think only maybe one or two people
yeah,
would
and
get
it'd be like
married.
it'll be a bunch of people dating and say, "Oh, we've been dating for 10 years," and then they haven't got married yet, but they
Yeah.
have kids.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You think
Our
you should
generation
definitely
is
wait to have
backwards.
kids, right?
Obviously.
Yeah, because you
Like,
don't want to end up with like baby mamas and all that.
Yeah, like from your point of view as a man, I would understand that. But you know, even as like a female, as a woman, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's anybody's end goal anyway. To have kids before marriage. It's almost like having a unsecure life in a sense.
Right. What is a successful relationship to you?
Oh God. My parents. I think that's what I view as a successful relationship. I can't speak for
Okay, if you could
myself.
like break it down, like just a few things that you think that you need to do in a relationship for it to be successful, successful,
Um,
successful.
Keep God at the forefront,
Right.
in the center.
Right.
Um, be loving, be caring. Um, be willing to grow always. I feel like when people who are together stop wanting to grow themselves, it leaves two people on a different mind frame. And that's where it
Right.
gets complicated. So grow together, not away from each other. Because when people start to grow within themselves, and let's say they, hypothetically speaking, they don't tell their partners that they're thinking of stuff and they got some stuff going on, I feel like it tends to leave a person in a state of, well, maybe me and this person don't belong together. You wake up
Right.
one day and you like, dang, they just ready to wake up, when this whole time they've been in their head and they've been growing within themselves, and it might just gauge a distance between those two. So, you know,
Facts.
elevating yourself together, keeping God first, loving each other,
Correct. I feel the
making an
same way.
effort. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel the same way. But do you think big marriages in the
What's considered
worst? As
big
in, like,
marriages?
the over the top marriages when they be having like a whole party, planes for a gender review, gender reveal. Those in the worst, or those in more likely to end than
They
just a normal.
they in the worst. I
They do in the
think
worst.
because I
I
feel
think it's.
like
I think it has something to do with like money. It just shows how they are. I feel like if the more you care about all that like extra stuff, they gonna have the most problems.
yeah.
Do that make sense?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
get behind that. I also feel like it's just an act. Like it's more so a performance.
Right, like on
It's
some clout type stuff. Clout for
exactly
the family.
like and I
Yeah.
feel like couples that just do the most, I don't feel like they are genuine. You know, it's one thing to have like a wedding, but it's another thing to make every single thing a party. Just in retrospect,
Right.
that might not seem big to a lot of people, but you gotta really think, if you put in your relationship out there. I want a big marriage, a big gender reveal. I want everybody to come over. I want to do the most. It's just like it's coming like a talent show at this point. Like,
Right.
are you even,
You're not even doing it to get married. You're just doing it for the
right?
fundamentals.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I feel like it's just at that point it's a performance for other people. It's one thing to be like behind closed doors, just you and your partner.
Fact.
And then it's another thing to just be always kind of in the forefront of everybody's eye.
Right.
Right.
I feel what you're saying.
But besides marriage, what do you think is a good way to start and build a good relationship to marriage? Well, before you even, give an answer, are you even looking at all?
I feel like it's a thing like I'm looking, but it's like in between. I'm not really just out there trying to rush in. Oh, I need to get a wife right now.
What do you consider rushing?
Like just going up to every girl and just being like, just trying to force something. I feel like the more you
That
try to force
right.
something, it's like it's just not your person. I feel like it has to. In my image, I feel like God would put that in front of me in a way,
So
as in I do have to look for it, but I feel like just looking for it a lot heavy just seem like, am I tripping? That just don't seem right to
I
me.
feel what you're saying, but then again, it's like when God do make your person come up to you. They're not gonna be the one. They might be in front of you, but you're still gonna have to do the work.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But it don't just manifest overnight.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think to some extent.
I'm not looking, but I'm looking.
To some extent, those who catch your eye, you should definitely interact with.
No, for sure. But what was your question? What was your first question?
What do you think a good foundation to building a relationship and towards marriage is?
And you saying that's the beginning as we dating?
Mm-hmm.
To get to marriage, I feel like first
Like,
of all,
what are
I
the
feel
things
like
you need in the relationship before considering marriage?
Things that's in mental or
Just the relationship.
I feel like it's someone who's very supportive, almost like a best friend. I feel like you just know that feeling when you know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the same feeling of love. You really can't describe it. You just know, like you in love, but it's got to be somebody who's supportive. We got to be on the same head level about like everything. Well, not everything, because you know nothing is perfect in a relationship. So it's gonna be like ups and downs. But if we can get over those little ups and downs, then we good. Like somebody who don't do too much.
Sorry for cutting you off. Have you ever considered marrying someone in your past?
Yeah, I actually considered marrying somebody in my past.
And what made you consider them?
See, it was like my first relationship, and it was like I don't know. It's hard to explain. I really liked her and loved her, and I thought that was really gonna be my wife at a certain time because I feel like she was just caring. We would pray together, all type of stuff. Like she was supportive. She was nice. She was sweet. I mean, we did argue though, but I'm not saying that's crazy. We wasn't going crazy. We argued a couple of times over like little stuff.
Right. And do you still think that could be your wife someday?
Nah, I don't think so. I feel like it ended for a reason because the way it ended was like it all lined up. I ended up moving, all type of stuff. Right before we broke up, I literally ended up moving a month after that. And that was before I even knew we was gonna move. So it was like it all just kind of lined up. You know, I'm not trying to get too deep into it. I'm not really trying to. Maybe I'll talk about it on another podcast. Maybe I'll talk about it. You know,
in the near future.
Yeah, like a little story time.
I respect it, but you gained something from it.
Yeah,
knowledge.
Yeah, right. I understand now. Like,
right. Do you think?
Well, way more than I did.
Right. And do you think that gave you a kind of a gist of what to look for in your next relationship?
I think it did in certain ways, yeah.
That's how.
But I can't say the relationship was terrible because I did learn a lot from it. I did learn how to like express myself way more. Because
emotionally.
Yeah, like I did not know how to do none of that. I wasn't really thinking of that when I got in a relationship.
Right.
You gotta think this is my first relationship. So I was like,
right.
I didn't know, and I knew that, but I didn't think it was that deep.
You didn't think you didn't think it carried any weight.
Yeah, like.
Right.
And like sometimes when we would argue, I would just be like, I'm not finna deal with this. I'm keeping it real. I'd be like, I'm not finna deal with this. So I just would think leaving it alone
was gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah. But towards the end I got better at that.
Right.
Like I started understanding that. So it's cool.
Right. At the end of the day, it served its purpose for what it served its purpose.
No, yeah, definitely. Okay, but I got a question for you. If you imagine yourself in 10 years from now, do you see marriage in the picture?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think I'll be maybe even a couple years in.
Okay, realistically, now I gotta ask you this.
Realistically.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Just keep it real. Like, as
married, kids.
Because what year is in 10 years? 2035? Yeah, right.
2035?
Yeah. So, what do you see yourself?
25. I think I'll be 25.
Dang, that's it?
Yeah.
In 10 years? Oh, you will. That's crazy. All right.
I'll be just 25, married, probably a bundle of kids. I honestly see myself living, I hate to quote it, but a soft life. I hate to say it like that because it sounds so, you know, stupid. But like, honestly, yeah. Like, I don't believe I'll be, going to some corporate job all my life. But I think I'll be more knowledgeable and I'll definitely be married.
Do you think you'll still be like working jobs? Do you think jobs will still be around? As in the world, what do you think the world's gonna
Um,
be?
I kind of view it as it being a completely different world. In the sense that maybe jobs won't be around, or maybe the things that this world and these people value won't be as high as we think, as
Right.
far as money, as far as um, chasing the bag, or even social media presence won't be as high value in the future. I think what will be the value is things like family and partnership and kids and growing a generation of non-trauma filled kids, you know what I mean? And I
Right.
feel like just family in itself will be the core, um kind of the core, for lack of better words, center of everything.
Right. That's good answers. That's good answers. Well, yeah, I think is that's all the questions. That's all the questions I have for you. Maybe you'll be in another
All right,
podcast in the
yes.
future.
Hopefully.
Uh,
Maybe we
did
can
you
talk about
enjoy it?
something else. Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. But okay, well, I'm your host, RJ. This is the 1920s podcast, episode 5. I'll talk to y'all episode 6. All right, would you like to say bye, Audrey?
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay blessed. Praise God, and we out.